Before showing you the alternatives of Cloudways, let me talk about why people move to Cloudways in the first place and why are people leaving Cloudways, what are the reasons, and then we will talk about the actual alternatives of Cloudways. So watch this video till the end, it's coming up. Why do people come to Cloudways? Because it provides a faster hosting service than traditional shared hostings, and people want faster websites, but it has many downsides. First, Cloudways UI can feel complex, especially for casual users if you compare that with traditional shared hosting. Some users also complain about their dashboard being slow. Personally, I haven't experienced this, but that's not why people come to Cloudways. They come to Cloudways in the hope of better speed for their websites than their traditional hosting provides. Legends say that when it comes to speed, it all starts with the server, and they're right, it does, but it also depends on the web server stack. Unfortunately, Cloudways still to this date offers poor web server stack. Now don't get me wrong, Cloudways can definitely make your site load fast, but they use a hybrid Apache / Nginx server stack model that many people don't like, because Apache is just slow like a turtle, and the hybrid model isn't doing any justice to speed. Users would rather use a pure Nginx stack or have the option to use a Litespeed web server. This is the most common criticism I've heard from technical junkies that are paranoid about performance, and rightfully so. But if this doesn't bother you, then the next point will. Price. If you are using a single low resource server, Cloudways are actually pretty cheap. For example, if you are using the entry-level DigitalOcean plan, you probably won't find anything cheaper than Cloudways in the managed VPS space for the same resources. However, if you need to use multiple servers or high resource servers, then Cloudways can actually get very expensive. The reason for this is that Cloudways charge basically double of what a naked VPS would cost if you bought it directly with the provider. So let's say you want an 8 GB RAM DigitalOcean droplet, which costs about $40 if you buy it directly from DigitalOcean. At Cloudways, you'd pay $80 a month in total. That's personally my biggest issue with Cloudways right there. The double markup just feels like a rip-off. And especially after watching till the end of this video, you'd agree that with the presence of these alternatives, which are incredibly cheaper than Cloudways, it just doesn't make any sense for Cloudways to charge this much. Now let's finally get to the three alternatives that we have in this video. Number 1, Plesk. Plesk has a very friendly and logical user interface. Everything is neatly organized in a logical manner. Being the second most popular control panel in the web hosting industry for about 20 years, it's considered to be the better version to the old and gold cPanel because of better organizing, more features, and more stability. I've worked with Plesk for many big clients as a sysadmin, that is system administrator, and for speed optimization. I'd say it's incredibly good for Nginx web server stack. While recently they have launched OLS support, if I was you, I'd probably use Plesk only if I'm managing an Nginx server. Fun fact, did you know even cPanel now supports the Litespeed web server stack? And more interestingly, cPanel was acquired by Plesk in 2018. Well, let's get back to the topic. One of the few features I love in Plesk are the Plesk Obsidian Repair Kit, which is a powerful self-repair tool that automatically detects and resolves issues with Plesk and your server. It's also a good monitoring tool for your server to monitor CPU, RAM, disk usage, and even MySQL queries. And it lets you easily use Grafana with it, which gives you charts and graphs for all this data. Plesk also has an SEO toolkit. Now I wouldn't be using it because I will go with Ahrefs and SEMrush, which are like gold standard in the SEO industry. But if you can't afford those tools, then the SEO toolkit in Plesk really gives you the best bang for your buck. Lastly, I love its WordPress toolkit because it brings so many WordPress settings and configurations within the Plesk dashboard. I'd have to be honest with you, the last time I used Plesk was about a year ago for a client project, and it costed around $6 to $8 if I remember correctly. It now costs around $12 monthly, and they have a free trial on the website which you can check it out. Plesk also runs on a Windows server, unlike most other control panels, not even the ones that I'm going to mention next. So if you have a Windows server, then you gotta get Plesk. Now let's move on to the next control panel, Runcloud. This is probably the one I would recommend to everyone at any given time. Let's talk about why this is the top choice. Let's straight come to the price this time, okay? Just like Plesk, Runcloud costs an insanely low amount if you compare it to Cloudways. Both these control panels charge only about $8 to $12 a month, and that's the total cost. No hidden charges, no additional charges if you scale up the server, let's say from 4 GB to 8 GB RAM. The price for these control panels will stay the same. That's because they let you connect any VPS server you want without locking you in their control panel, whereas Cloudways acts as a middleman and charges you exponentially for each server upgrade. These guys don't. And for developers and tech savvy people, you get root access to your server with a control panel like Runcloud and Plesk that you don't get with Cloudways. But now let's talk about what's most special about Runcloud. Runcloud has a phenomenal Nginx support. It gives you two options for your web server stack. You can use the same hybrid Apache and Nginx setup that Cloudways offers, or you can use a pure Nginx stack, which is what you should use. The addition of this pure Nginx option will surely make the performance junkies happy. Additionally, Runcloud has also added OLS support, and believe me, this is much better than what I have experienced with Plesk. But if you are the Nginx guy, hold on, there's more good news for you out here. Runcloud also offers its own caching solution and companion plugin called Runcloud Hub. You can choose between Nginx fast CGI caching or Redis full page caching. You can also use Redis for object caching. Personally, I would 100% utilize the option of fast CGI. It's gonna make your sites fly like a rocket. At this time, Runcloud is also going to add external backup servers. That way you don't have to worry about being logged into their built-in backup solution. You can integrate third-party servers, which is super cool. More savings, more flexibility. I'll take a quick pause here so that I can ask you to smash that like button because it helps the videos to spread across YouTube algorithm. Everything for the algorithm. Smash that like button. Thank you. Now let's continue again. Now let's move on to the final candidate on this list, and this is the one that I use personally. Cyberpanel. I've been using Cyberpanel for a very long time for all my personal websites and for lots of client websites. And I jump straight to the reason, the price. Guess how much does it cost a month? $20? $10? $5? It costs $0. That's nothing. It's free for forever. And that's because it's an open source control panel. Whoa. Open source? It might have bugs. Oh, what will I do? No, even for open source control panel, it's a really polished product. But the only thing is you won't get any customer support, which makes sense because you're not paying but it's also being offered as a default control panel from some hosting companies like Hostinger. Cyberpanel is like a brother to the Litespeed web server. They're officially recognized by Litespeed. They have close ties with each other. In fact, Litespeed is the only web server stack that you can have on Cyberpanel. And it's so far the only control panel that has both Open Litespeed and Litespeed Enterprise options. Wait, what's the difference between Open Litespeed and Litespeed Enterprise options? Now the difference between the two is that Open Litespeed doesn't let you refresh .ht access. That is, you need to restart Litespeed web server each time you make a change in the .ht access. And there are many more technical difficulties, so I'll leave the official link to that in the description for you to check it out on your own. Wait, but what's that thing about Cloud Pages? What's Cloud Pages? Well, Cloud Pages is the paid offering from Cyberpanel team. This way you can have a control panel that was built specifically for Litespeed while still getting customer support. Isn't that the best win-win situation? I've already done 2 videos on Cloud Pages, which you can check them out here, wherever on the screen or in the description. Cloud Pages offer much more than just a regular control panel. It really has features that can compete with WordPress managers like Manage WP and Main WP. So I think the final question you have in mind right now is, which control panel should I choose then? Well, let's answer this question together, you and I. What web server stack are you gonna choose? Are you an Nginx fan or a Litespeed fan? If you are an Nginx fan, you can either use Plesk or Runcloud. Both are amazing, and if you're here, you probably want to hear what I have to say. So if I had to choose, I would choose Runcloud. That's it. That's my final choice if I choose Nginx. But what if you are a Litespeed fan like me? For Litespeed, the answer is a bit tricky. I would 100% still be using Cyberpanel, but you may not have system administration skills, nor like diving into CLI, that is command line interface, for everything to fix errors. So if you need support, you can go for Cloud Pages. But Runcloud is still a very viable option for Litespeed. For example, if you don't want to pay for Litespeed Enterprise but still don't want that HT access restriction, then you'll be glad to know that Runcloud has a feature where it can detect the changes in .ht access and restart the Litespeed web server. So that is really cool. Ultimately, what I suggest is that you try out all the options I mentioned. I think they all of them have a free trial on the website, so I'll leave a link to each of them down in the description. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any video idea in mind that you want me to cover. But I do have some of my own video ideas that I want to cover, like which VPS should you use, what is the difference between VPS and shared hosting and stuff like that, and what type of VPS should you choose for different types of websites and all that. So one of those type of videos will be coming soon, so subscribe for that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.